So the bandwagon heartfelt people right now are putting Ukrainian flags on their Facebook profiles, and I stand with Ukraine. Okay, that's true. No, if hate to see anything bad happen to anybody. Let's clear a few things up here. One, the Ukrainian government has incarcerated its political opponents and shut the three public television stations down prior to any of this. The idea that corruption isn't rampant is ludicrous. It is. And if you remember right, the current president, while he was the vice president under Obama, his son sat on the Burisma Energy Board and received $50,000 a month, even though he lacked any energy experience. Some would say maybe that was more like quid pro quo for access to the vice president of the United States. Hey, who am I to say? That being said, no ever military armed conflict against neighboring countries is great, but were you guys really crying when we went in Iraq? Or were you even alive? Do you remember that? Weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist? I mean, what really happened to Saddam Hussein stopped taking the American dollar for his oil, and we have the petrodollar, which our money hasn't been backed by gold since the Nixon administration, so it's the world currency. It's the only reason our money's worth anything. If something else is the world currency, all that your 401k is zero. Nothing. American dollars mean shit. That being said, I'm not a Rusky buddy. I'm not Vladimir Putin's friend, but when we went in Vietnam, when we went into Iraq, when we meddled in Nicaragua, when we meddled in, so this is a country right on this border that's very corrupt and has a lot of Western influence involved. And if I was dude, I wouldn't like it either. NATO was formed after World War II because the Soviet Union had marched to Germany and helped defeat the Nazis and then just stayed in those countries. That was because they didn't want to see this kind of shit happen again. And then Soviet Union collapsed in the 80s and NATO kept building and building and building and encroaching on the Russian border. Exactly why the Russian army never left and the Soviet Union really found it. I mean, I get it. It is what it is. You guys remember when Obama was president and Russia annexed the Crimea province? So they took something. The reason there was no war and this and that and the other is because Obama was a media darling. And at the time, there weren't any financial interests. Pretty sure some of these Democrats got financial interests locked up in Ukraine. And if Putin takes over, they lose it. A lot of footage has already been faked. The news is already exaggerating. Have you seen actual Ukrainian TikToks or videos? People, real ones? Not the ones with the fake guns that you guys are like, look at them when they're ready. They're fake guns. So say what you like. Talk all the shit you want. You guys have been fools. The same guys that are doing that kind of stuff with Werner, man. Oh, look at my face mask. Oh, you don't care about people, Andy. No, I'm smarter than you, and I knew those things were a waste of time. Just like the CDC's telling you now. We were all right. Wait a minute. Damn, I was right about all the COVID stuff that all you scary ass people were just, and some of you are still like, oh, and your children are fucking ruined psychologically. You've damaged your children, instilling all this fear in them, and you guys are all scared. And you know what kind of people are easy to control? People that are scared. Okay, people that are scared, they don't act right. You ever watch a horror movie? Why the hell would they? Because when they're scared, they do dumb shit like you have. All that free money. Hey, free. 7% interest across the board. Little raises y'all got. I got ate up by that. Is your life better now than it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Is it? Yeah. Do you know anything about foreign domestic policy, energy? Well, the president of the United States doesn't set the oil prices. No, you're right. But we were energy independent. We were dependent on OPEC setting oil prices. We produced our own. We have oil. If you didn't know, you understand we have oil here too? It's not dry. We don't have no oil. But under Trump, we were fracking and we're doing things and working on pipelines with people and whatever. However, that wasn't or wasn't going to affect things. But Biden came in, he stopped fracking, shut down the pipelines, started buying Russian oil. What? We weren't buying what? What? We only get a little bit of oil from them. We mostly get it from Canada. Yeah, and the pipeline that we were going to build was to Canada. You guys fucking, you notice how you sound? You notice you sound foolish. Foolish. So I'm not interested in sending anybody I'm related to off to a war over there at all for any reason. I don't know about you. I feel like we got shit right here that needs to be dealt with. Yeah. So I'm sure some of you ain't gonna really like that. And it's too bad. You ain't been liking it. Just like Hunter Biden's laptop really existed, and Facebook fact checked that forever. Just like CRT is trying to be pushed, and you got people who aren't just white people, cisgender, white conservative males, who think that's bullshit. They're pushing certain agendas at this point that are just not favorable for the majority of American people, regardless of what they look like. You know what I mean? Like, defense spending. Geez, good thing we have a strong military, huh? Because our enemies, China, really been spending a lot. We spent $30 trillion on wars. They spent $30 trillion building infrastructure and buying shit all these other places. It's a $60 trillion swing. You don't think we're behind in some areas because we've been fighting these fuck-ass wars places? And I don't care. I don't want to be in them. I'm not a warmonger. We don't need to be over there. That's not our concern. That's not our issue. It's somebody else's problem. Period. You don't like it? Let me know.